Hello and welcome to Angel's Wisdom with Jane Francis. This is your monthly reading for the month of December. I just want to focus on the number 12 because we are in the 12th month, and the number 1 is inviting you to make choices and decisions about being in balance with your life, with your relationships, and cooperating. And then you take the 1 and the 2 and you add them together and you get number 3. And 3 is the number for creativity and expansion and growth. The angel number 3 also represents gentle guidance. It includes allowing yourself to get messages from the ascended masters like Buddha, Kuan Yin, Mother Mary, Jesus, and also to tune in and get messages from your loved ones in spirit and your spirit guides, your pets, the fairies, the mermaids, the dragons, the unicorns. Whatever energies resonate with you or you are ready to call on to get inspired information, allow that to happen this month. Okay, so let's get started with the Good Tarot. And we're going to get a card and see what your angels want to tell you about the month of December. Oh, and you have King of Water. Now, King of Water represents the energy of course, water, which is the suit of emotions. And this is a reminder for you to be the master of your emotions, to be in control of your emotions. And one of the things I'd like to point out about this King of Water, which is you who are really paying attention to your emotions, honoring them, feeling them, owning them, and then releasing them. And if you look, here you have an angel fish. That's a reminder for you to call on your angels anytime you're having a challenge with your emotions, because you are meant to be the master of your emotions. You are meant to focus on your emotions and flow with them. So let's just take a look at what Colette Baron-Reid had to say about the King of Water. She said, the King of Water represents these qualities, the qualities of being generous, diplomatic, fair, gentle, a good listener, non-judgmental peacemaker, and a mediator. And then she writes, I honor and respect all beings, including myself, and see the commonalities we share and the spirit that is in all of us. I listen to other voices and blend them with my own wisdom before settling on an opinion, making a decision, or taking an action. I gently and lovingly lead others away from fear and divisiveness and into harmonious collaboration. Now, isn't that just perfect? That working in collaboration or cooperation with those that we come in contact with. And that's what we focused on with the number 3. So I love that I was guided to read this from the book because I really felt complete with what we had talked about being the master of your emotions. I felt guided to read the book, and there you go. Your angels wanted to affirm that you are meant to work in cooperation. Now, the Oracle of the 7 Energies, another Colette Baron-Reid deck. And this one is going to focus on a chakra that we want to pay attention to in the month of December. Oh, and here we go. Oh, and it's the crown chakra, number 49, willing release. I love that came up right after the King of Water, where we are asked to feel our feelings and honor them, but then to release them and let them go. So I am very grateful that happened. And I love that we have the dandelion here. Dandelion actually has these stages of growth, and they represent kind of the sun, the moon, and the stars in a way, because the yellow flower that is the dandelion is kind of reminiscent of the sun, that strong, bold, masculine energy that is an action message. And then the dandelion changes and it becomes this shape, this beautiful like moon, this white feminine energy. And then as it's ready to release that, the masculine energy, the feminine energy, and it releases and lets go, it's like the stars. Off go all those little seeds to plant seed ideas. Allow yourself to really move through those emotions and then release them and let them go. Because as you release and let go, you are planting seeds. You are signaling the universe, I am complete with this. I am ready to let this go and move on to something new. So that flies off as a seed thought to plant some new and transformative, because here we have a butterfly, new transformative energy for you. Let's get an Archangel Oracle card and see. Oh, sorry, I guess I didn't talk about the crown chakra. So this is a crown chakra card. Pay attention to the divine inspiration that is coming in through your crown chakra. You want to always make sure that your crown chakra is open, wide open to receive the energy of the divine and to move through the spiritual love that is always flowing to you from the divine, from your angels, from your loved ones in spirit. And as you allow your crown chakra to be open, you are aware of your connection to your very own soul. Okay, let's get our Archangel Oracle card and see what angel is coming to bless you in the month of December. Oh, we have Archangel Zadkiel. And Archangel Zadkiel is coming and he's talking about teaching and learning. And it says, keep an open mind and learn new ideas. Then teach these ideas to others. Archangel Zadkiel is known as the righteousness of God, and he's the archangel of memory and forgiveness, forgiveness of yourself and others. He's also very compassionate and will help you move into that state of compassion and help you heal deep emotional wounds. And that's one of the things about as you learn how to heal your own emotions, then you can move on to help others release and let go of their deep emotional challenges. Archangel Zadkiel also helps develop the crown chakra and helping you increase your self-esteem, helping you learn to live with an open crown chakra, release any kind of guilty conscience that you have so that you can see things from a different perspective. And he also helps you regain a balanced point of view. Thank you, Archangel Zadkiel. Thank you for coming and helping us move through this month of December with balanced emotions, learning and growing and teaching whatever we have learned ourselves. Okay, thank you so much. Next, the Healer's Dream Oracle. And what else would you like to share with us about the month of December and what we can do to learn and grow and teach? Oh, nature. I like that. Nature is a wonderful teacher. And this is a reminder for you to get out in nature and to enjoy some of Mother Nature's beauty and to help refresh your energy field. I know that December can be a more challenging time to be out in nature, depending on what part of the country you live in. Here in Phoenix, it's a wonderful time to be out in nature, but in other places, there may be a lot of snow and cold, but that can be a very bracing experience for you. Allow yourself to get out, and I like how this picture is showing up as a star shape. The star shape is important because we always think of stars as guidance, and the guidance that nature can bring you. Just open yourself up and allow yourself to tune in to what draws your attention while you are out in nature. Pay attention to the animals that cross your path. Ted Andrews has a wonderful book called Animal Speak, but you can also get the information by Googling it about an animal that crosses your path. And because very frequently the animals that our eye kind of zoom in on and pay attention to, they have a message for you. They are guides and guardians of nature, and they come to you with a message. So tune in. When I go to Google an animal, I always just say, what is the spiritual meaning of a rabbit? Or what is the spiritual meaning of a roadrunner? Or if you're out walking in nature and you come across a farm and see, what is the spiritual nature of a horse? So you want to just pay attention to what shows up for you and Google it. Look it up and find out what the message is from that animal for you. Okay, now it was interesting when your angels chose this deck, they told me that I was supposed to put them down side by side, and we have this Goddess on the Go deck and we have the Starlight deck, and I'm supposed to just pick a card like that. Okay, and this says, this is your affirmation. Oh, I can't believe this. Why should I not believe this? I am one with nature. Of course, yes, you are. You are one with nature. And look at all the wonderful animals that are there. And then it says, take charge. Don't wait for the stars to align. Reach up and arrange them the way you want. Okay, so this is a combination message. And I think that the first card, which tickles me, that it comes up, I am one with nature, right after we got the nature card, reminding you, yes, you do need to spend some time in nature. You need to take charge and not wait for the right and perfect time. You need to take charge, get out in nature, and ask before you go out to have some animal show up with a message for you. Don't look for the animal, just go along, enjoying your time out in nature, but pay attention to what shows up for you. And I love that we have so many different animals here on the page. So don't worry if it's more than one animal, just know that you are going to be guided. But always ask for whatever guidance is ready to show up, whatever guidance is ready to show up, whatever Mother Nature is ready to share with you and help you. So to help you get grounded to the earth. And it is so important to get grounded to the earth. And so just taking a walk out in nature is very helpful with that. You can also always hug a tree. I know they make a lot of fun of that, but there's nothing better than tree energy. So if you come across a beautiful tree that calls to you, give it a hug and see if you can get a message from it. Trees give wonderful messages. And this is the Energetic Alchemist. And this deck was a gift from a friend. And I think this might be the first time I've ever used it on these readings. I just usually use it just for myself. This says identity and relation. And it's the number 1. We have the number 1 here. Now, when I first picked this card, the first thing I focused on is the fact that here you are and you are holding 2 masks, but you have moved them away from in front of your face. This is a reminder for you to allow your authentic self to be shown. You may have used masks in the past to help you feel comfortable in different situations. You may wear a mask at work. I love that this talks about having moved the masks off that you have worn in front of society, in front of family, in front of friends, in front of coworkers. And here you are being your authentic self. And that is very empowering. The yellow here is your solar plexus. This is your own personal will. This is the energy and vitality of who you really are. And this is a reminder for you that you have a right to show who you are. The number 1 represents you as the unique and beautiful light that you are. And to take back any of your personal power, don't give power away by having to use a mask. It's so important for you to be your true authentic self and to come from that empowered state of I am worthy. I am a divine being filled with light and love, and I can be who I am. And we have this beautiful sun that's behind you, reminding you to take action of being your very own self. Now, the other thing that kind of drew my attention was the fact that there are a whole bunch of roses on your head. And what I'm getting from that is you have been blooming and growing and really opening up to your spiritual gifts. These are all at the crown of your head. And here we spoke, now where was it that we were? Archangel Zadkiel's in charge of the crown. And so I feel like this is kind of tying this together, that you have the yellow here, which is again a reminder for you to be empowered. And when you are empowered, you learn, you grow, and then you teach others. Your crown chakra, we were also talking about your crown chakra with this card because this told you to focus on your crown chakra. And then here I was drawn to look at the roses, and it just occurred to me it's because it's here at your crown chakra. And to keep that crown chakra open, just imagine your crown opening like a bud of a rose opens to a wide open bloom, and those petals open and allow that divine energy to come in. It feels very connected to several of the cards that are already here. Next, let's look at the Power of Surrender cards. And I love using this deck because it always reminds us there's always something that we do need to surrender to. And for the month of December, what are your angels inviting you to surrender to? They are inviting you to surrender your addictions. And it says, whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. Ooh, that's a very powerful message. And it is important for us to surrender our addictions. You don't have to beat yourself up about any of these. All of us have addictions of some sort. All of us have deep, intense preferences where we choose to keep focusing on one thing or another. A very common one is overworking, of being addicted to working. And a lot of times when there is this focus, this heavy focus on overworking, on doing, being busy 24/7, it's because you're avoiding paying attention to your emotions. There's something that you might be avoiding, or it's possible that you might be spiritually feeling unfulfilled. And so you keep working. Same can be said you are addicted to substances, when you're addicted to alcohol or drugs or food. I know personally, I love sugar and I want sugar 24/7. So that's a hard one for me. But you are being invited to surrender your addictions, to recognize that this is controlling you instead of you controlling your life. You are being controlled by these ideas or these habits or these addictions that you have. And you want to shift and change that. Doesn't mean necessarily that you can never have sugar again or take a second job or people please from time to time. But it does mean you want to empower yourself to pay attention to what you need to let go of, what you need to shift and change to take your own personal power back. All right, last but not least, we have an Until Today card, and let's see what your angels want to tell you about this. It says, fear no longer determines what I do or do not do. I love that. Isn't that perfect? Fear, we can release the fear that holds us in our addiction so that we can determine what we want to do, not what we are addicted to doing. And let's see what else it says. Until today, you may have believed that if you could avoid being hurt, you would live a peaceful life. Just for today, consider all of the life, love, and peace you're missing out on in your attempt to avoid being hurt. Wow. And here we have a lily, or at least that's what I'm focusing on. A lily. A lily talks about purity, innocence, fertility, and nurturing. So I think this is about the nurturing, and it says nurturing vulnerability and the freedom to be ourselves. Oh, isn't this perfect? Yes, the need for us to be ourselves, to take charge and be ourselves, to be our authentic self. And then it says, as well as allowing others to be who they are too. The lily is also a symbolic flower of health and provision. Flowers of the spiritually advanced. Ooh, I love that. Flowers of the spiritually advanced. That's a reminder for you that yes, you are on a spiritual path and you are focusing on what you need to do to be even more authentic, to bring more of your soul energy into the light of love in your life. And so you are a spiritually advanced person. And just for today, consider all of the life, love, and peace you're missing out on in your attempt to avoid being hurt. What we know about being hurt is that when we are the masters of our emotions, we can move through that energy. We know how to pay attention to, recognize, own. I'm feeling hurt. I'm feeling hurt by this situation, by this person, by this family member, whatever it is. You recognize it, you own that, and then you feel about it. You pay attention to how you feel about it, and you allow that energy to tell you and invite you to know what you need to do in order to take care of yourself, to nurture yourself, to love yourself. And then you release that emotion. Now, it doesn't mean that overnight it's going to be gone. This is a process. When you feel hurt, then it takes some time to keep moving through that because it's going to bring up different layers of that hurt. This hurt probably is not the first time you have been hurt in that way. So you are peeling back layers of how many times you have been hurt in the past. And that's one of the reasons you're avoiding something, is because you have been hurt in the past. You don't want to hurt again. And so you avoid being vulnerable. You avoid being open to that. But you are missing out. And so the more you allow, the more open your crown is, and the more you allow life to flow in you and through you and from you, and more empowered you are when you are being yourself and you own your voice and you can speak from an empowered standpoint. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to be mean about it, because look at, we have all this green color here. This says, go to your heart. Allow yourself to tune into the love that you are, and then allow yourself to speak from that love. Allow yourself to release from that loving standpoint. The best thing you can do for yourself is to love yourself enough to feel your feelings and release them and let them go, to feel the hurt and let it go. I love this. I love how this ends with the month of December. Fear no longer determines what I do or do not do. I love that. Pay attention to that. We love that we got the lily on here and that it's all about the green heart chakra. So this month shows that there's a huge focus on emotions, on feelings, on guidance, on being out in nature, because nature is very healing and you can get a lot of insight and messages. And nature is a great way to feel grounded. As you're walking on Mother Earth, you can feel grounded to the earth. And that's a great time to work through some of these feelings. And as you're working through some of these feelings while you're out in nature, you can pay attention to what animals show up, because they will have a message for you. And then you can feel empowered and take back your personal power. Own it, feel it, release it. Take back your personal power so that you don't need to wear a mask, so that you don't need to keep falling back onto those addictive behaviors that keep you stuck and not moving forward, because this is 12th month. 1 + 2 = 3 month. And this month is about movement and going forward, progress, but doing it with creativity, with all that self-love and creativity that you have within you. I hope that this message brings you some comfort, some love, some insight, some guidance. Archangel Zadkiel is here to help you forgive and move forward. He's here to help you develop your crown, make sure you keep it open, to increase your self-esteem so that you can feel empowered to be your authentic, wonderful, beautiful, radiant self. Have a blessed and wonderful month of December, knowing that it's the last month of 2024. And we are going to start fresh into 2025, which is a 9-year. And we will talk more about that in January. Thank you so much for tuning in. If any of this blessed you, inspired you, please leave a like and share this link with a friend. Have a blessed and wonderful December. Bye for now.